this video, AILTV takes a closer look at the ongoing power struggle in Sudan, where rival generals continue to battle for control of Khartoum, plunging the nation deeper into crisis. While the conflict rages on, the Sudanese diaspora remains divided, some aligning with different factions, but a growing number are calling for unity, urging all Sudanese to come together for peace, regardless of political allegiance. We also highlight recent diplomatic efforts, including the British government's invitation to 20 foreign ministers to discuss the crisis. In London, civil society is taking action. The Regional Centre for Training and Development hosted a roundtable discussion at the Friends House, and a letter from the Sudanese community in the UK was delivered to Prime Minister Keir Starmer at number 10 Downing Street.
We submitted a letter to the Prime Minister just Downing Street now. And the reason for submitting a letter at this time, because the Foreign Secretary is convening a high conference for more than 20 foreign ministers of 20 countries.
Watch to learn more about the voices rising from the diaspora and the urgent calls for peace in Sudan.
Dr. Abdel Salam Said Ahmed will moderate this meeting, and the meeting will have 3 objectives. Objective 1 is to identify the main challenges confronting civil society actors engaged in humanitarian, anti-war, and human rights activities in Sudan during the current crisis. The second one is to explore actual or potential local initiatives and mechanisms for peace building and conflict resolution. The third objective we hope to achieve, to explore ways and means of recognizing civilian forces, so reorganizing civilian forces and amplifying their voices in peace negotiations within the current political, social circumstances, and how we could amplify the voices of the civil society in the future or current political or social circumstances. Here we have been on personal capacities. Nobody is coming to represent any political party or any entities. And we hope it is a dialogue, it is exchange of ideas, and to explore what could be done for the best of the Sudanese people. Thank you very much. I will hand over to Dr. Abdel Salam.
Situation is getting worse. The main political developments, as you have witnessed in the last couple of months, few weeks, you have at the military level, you have the advance of the army reclaim or retaking some of the states, including Khartoum state, and retreat of the RSF mostly to Western Sudan. There is no initiative from the African Union, ongoing initiative or active initiative. There is no initiative from the Sudan neighboring countries that was led by Egypt in the past. We have 3 questions for the entire discussion.
Somebody can raise his hand and then just mention his name, because some of you don't know all the people, and then they can talk.
Ziad Al-Hassan. From London for Sudan and Action for Sudan. These are the organizations that I work with inside this country. We can't ignore the role of external actors like Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the UAE in extending the conflict.
First of all, thank you, Dr. Gershab, for allowing us to gather for such an important issue. We need this efforts and this kind of meeting, and this is just a start, and we hope this can be expanded to include more people.
If we're only depending on the international and the regional helps, that I don't think will take us to the real stopping of this shed war, yeah.
And I agree 100% with Engineer Salah. The responsibility is not the responsibility of the international to solve the problem of the Sudanese. It is the responsibility of the Sudanese to bring their country together. SAF is repeating the same mistake that led the Sudan to the war at the very beginning.
I think this war now is beyond Burhan. It's beyond Hemeti. Even if they get into a room and they both find a deal, I'm not sure if they have the control over the people fighting with them. There is nothing called SAF. SAF is a camp. It has many militias, and each and every one of them have very different agendas. RSF is no longer one unit. They recently in Nairobi now they have SPLM. They have some of their 4 peace Juba signatories movement. They have experience of fighting. They have troops, and each of these different units, they have their own ambitions and dreams. So you're not really dealing with the ambitions of 2 men alone now.
Yes, تفضلي.
What power as the civil society we have in our hand, and what leaders who are equipped with the knowledge and skill who are leading negotiation and bringing people together? Because I live here in the UK and I just see people just divided. We can't come together, we can't talk. Communication is quite key for us to come and talk. We're not talking.
And I currently work with the British Council in Sudan. I think just going to the question directly, the possibilities of localized peace efforts. We've been trying to find out a bit more what civil society organizations are able to do inside Sudan, precisely to look at ways to support these peace efforts, because as has already been alluded to from our earlier session and now, that there's a lot of polarization, there's a lot of hatred amongst communities, there's difficulty to access limited resources and so on, and very little efforts actually for peace. And I think some of the challenges that have been raised around wherever you operate, whether you're in a SAF-controlled or RSF-controlled area, ultimately civil society, grassroots groups become targets for those individuals. But that doesn't mean that there are no peace efforts. I think the focus at the moment is very much on humanitarian needs and day-to-day requirements. But what we have heard from the organizations that are working on the ground is that it is possible to work on peace efforts, and it's actually very, very important. So I think it would be really, really helpful as a group around this table if people have links to initiatives that are actually taking place on the ground, to talk about these, to make these the subject of the discussion, so that we can all reach out and look at ways to support them in the way that they need to be supported.